Last time on Final Fantasy XVI. Yeah, I'm gonna save that. And now back to... Okay, so let's see. Let's do... Well, from what I can tell, we can't really go anywhere else, so this feels like it's just gonna be like running around the hideaway. Right? I'm not gonna be able to...
Seems the hideaway is blasted book.
What book?
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it.
Oh my
I
god.
need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favorites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
Oh my god, do it yourself! Okay, fine.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? The recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T. Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow, that's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
I got a reputation. What? Food? I don't do this crap. You should be doing it. Why do I gotta do it? You go ask him. I'm not. I don't. Hippocrates. Tell me, can I make the food?
Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water.
He's like selling it.
Is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbrequois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
Best of luck, Clive. And
But I can't go there, can I?
once the dish is complete.
At least they don't let me go there. What? Yeah, I can't. What? Why would you give me these quests if I can't go anywhere? Oh my god, they just want me to go down. I guess I have to really go here first before I can go anywhere else. I guess? Why are you giving me these quests now if I can't just leave and do it? Whatever.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
No.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Midst scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, they vanished. My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Okay.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
On balance. Okay. At least this one, I can literally just walk up to it and not, get locked out of it. I don't know why they're giving me a quest that's locked for me to actually do it, but I can still start it, or I don't know. Dudes, what's going on?
What am I gonna do?
Shoot. An eye for an eye.
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble, and she's...
It's all right. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallymil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
I guess we have to look into it.
Don't worry. I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course. I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
You said that, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I did." Oh. Karen, what are we doing here? Don't be selling the baddies.
How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Can't complain. Wait, what exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care, but here you are today raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
Popoto?
Asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating. About you selling weapons to brigands.
Are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dallymil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize.
Sorry, Karen, I didn't really mean
I
it.
to doubt you.
No, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day.
Well, there you go. I'm sorry, Karen. Don't kill me. I was just asking. That was it.
I spoke with Lady Karen.
That was the most uncomfortable freaking Clive was.
Rumors were unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out.
What?
That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
Huh?
I suppose it is.
I didn't agree to this. Well, good luck with that, Goots, because I can't leave. Look, I go to my world map. I can't leave. Oh, come on, Clive. Clive, just come on, please. No, I can't. I can't do it.
We're all gonna die.
We're gonna die. Ah.
What we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all striped. I'm telling you, I can fix them.
Hello. Yon whippersnappers.
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well, not anymore, it's not. Oh,
Just how long hasn't it been one?
we're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? And why would she have you dismembering her creations?
Because that's the only way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said,
Ninja-neer.
best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done. Carry on.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Oh. Okay. Do I actually have to fix
right.
it?
Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales. Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces, the body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
The arm, the pans, the gears. The arms?
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things. So wait, maybe this arm holds things too?
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
Okay. The pans.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers.
But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff.
But what if I wanted to weigh goods? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
Then finally the
This
gear.
tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them. Most are on the floor.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo.
And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Hey.
Yes! We did it!
We're missing the gear.
Let's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mididol's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
I was like, we didn't put that on there. Boy. Okay.
Did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd have them follow in her footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines. To anyone else it would be an opportunity, but to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
Well, alright. Well, we'll start for we'll start for mid. Having to go through this, you know, losing your parents and such. It sucks, dude. All right, that is. Or. All right, let's see here. Humble request. Master Clive, I apologize for the sudden and untoward gesture. Circumstances forced me to seek immediate aid. There is none other to whom I may turn. Your most esteemed Lord Encore has presented me with a task most vexing, and I fear I am wholly unable to perform his vaulted expectations, namely due to a marked lack of martial aptitude on my part. To wit, I am but a manservant, not a mercenary. While I maintain the fitness ample to attend to the needs of a manor, to attending to bandits and back alleys, I'm sorely ill-equipped. If it'll please you, my lord, prithee come and see me at Martha's Rest, while I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full. Sebastian Rutherford. Okay.
Rutherford. Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Oh, we'll have to figure that out. Move like butter. Saw some more things. More freaking. So this is actually kind of like telling us what's going on here with everyone else. Glad you had the towns thanks for help us rid of the thralls, but we are neither of us so naive to think we have seen the end of their like. Good Philippi has taken, seeing that we prepared to see the ghouls come once again calling. I'd often worry the rank of captain has begun to weigh heavily upon his shoulders. Just as I imagine the same might be said of you and your burdens, but remember, should the weight ever become too much, you needn't stand alone. Our hearts and arms remain ever open, as do the Vale's doors, Isabel. Aw. Martha. How fares the rest? The guardians are getting along with the axes fine enough, working to shore up the rest's walls, when not clearing up what the few threats remain down in the reeds, though chances will still be neck deep in a castic. Had you not given the horde your firm but gentle nudge. I know you've got a realm to save and all, but if you ever need a quick reviver, come see us and we'll tap you a cask, Martha. I might take you on that. The flames burn bright. You have a canny talent to showing up whenever you most needed, my lord. Without your steel, I fear the rest would be in the hands of the castic, and us but more of the nameless numbers. However, with the horde both now thinned and fractured, we guardians can focus our efforts on putting down the smaller packs without the worry of being overwhelmed, while Martha's blood axes can return to defending the Tor. As for young Oscar, you'll forget my sudden request for taking him under your wing. He is a good man, attentive, polite, hardworking. So as you can see, he already has learned everything he can from me. He would do well to continue squiring under a more worthy shield, and the realm has none more worthy than you. Well, I really haven't seen this guy around. Dramatis personae. The guard and the league had put aside their differences for the time being, allowing us to leave to sip our snake spit to the relative leisure. But I would hazard we had have your better half to thank. Just put on quite a performance. As for yours, well, from one aspiring thespian to another, might I suggest working on your delivery and your projection, and just stiff limbs of yours and your countenance and everything else. Damn. We wouldn't want to do the name Underhill a disservice now, would we? That was only a one-time thing. We're not gonna worry about that now. Alright. Now that is everything. Okay. Alright. I did notice this in the pause menu. We looky here. Josh was actually added to the party members. Look at that. Pixel Joshua. Okay, now we're heading off in this direction. Dalmacia across the echoes. Wind blasted sprawl bottomless ravines lasted with the colossal flat sand of the people falling. So this is going to be, this might be the area where it was like a cavern. So it was just a bunch of tunnels. There was literally like nothing around there too. So okay. Cloak and dagger.
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canva was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
We should, but they just opened up more they just more quests to do. Can they just not put so many quests in here? Dang it! I know I complain a lot about this, but still. Well, alright then. I guess we're going to head to Martha's Rest. Finish up the other quest before I continue forward. Oh, I thought it said smooth like butter. It's actually smooth like butler. I didn't read it right. There you are.
Lord Marquis, is that you? It is you. Then you received my letter. I am Sebastian Rutherford, Chief Steward of your Lord Uncle's estate.
Of course. We met once before.
Yes, my lord. Thank you for coming.
And what was so sensitive that you couldn't put it in writing?
1,000 apologies, my lord. I did not mean to offend. I merely...
It's all right. Continue.
I am here at Martha's Rest, at the behest of your Lord Uncle, tasked with learning what I am able of the realm's current state of affairs. And what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mothercrystals has left Storm in a state of utter disarray. The subsequent darkening of the heavens has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once unthinkable, are now commonplace. The gears of governance have ground to a halt, and without a steady hand on the tiller, the realm threatens to drift into utter chaos. Your Lord Uncle, however, believes there is a way to avoid this fate, and is determined to see it set in motion.
That sounds like quite the undertaking.
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the 7 high houses. Alas, I have lost contact with 2 of those colleagues already. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword, yet in these dark times, even that may not prove sufficient to keep a man safe on the road.
So you want me to find them? I'll need to know where they went.
One I sent to investigate the Republic, the other the old Imperial capital of Oriflamme.
That doesn't exactly narrow it down. I suppose I'll start in Dalimil and work my way east.
Thank you, my lord. I shall pray for your success and safety.
God, we have like everything going down in the freaking desert. Okay. Well, guess we'll just head to the... Oh, goddamn, wrong button! I guess we'll just head to the other side of the map in Northreach. So we can actually make a freaking recipe. This is such peaceful music. Like, it's just low tones. That's it. Just very nice.
In the meadow, Hippocrates said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot.
Are you talking about that one that's right in freaking front of me? Yeah. Alright. Slay the enemy.
Alright. Let's get this over with.
Nope. Bam. And boom. Dead. Well, that was simple enough. I got so much money. Like, I know I said it before, but so much freaking money that they just like to give me.
That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent.
Over here.
I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back.
Aerith lives on, even in this game, because we're still picking up flowers. Have I gone over here before? I don't remember if I got here or not. Oh my god, there's goblins! No, not the freaking goblins! Ugh. Okay. Freaking goblins protecting a chest over here. Demon Tamer's Sash? Did I read that right? What is that? Oh, it just sucks. So glad that I went over here to look for it. Wow. New quest. Stop trying to give me more quest, game.
It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
Alright, here's a flower, and here's the guts of the dragon I just slayed. What? It's just... Here you go.
And what precisely will I be cooking up? Or is it better not to know?
Blueback wyvern liver. And, a herb known as Saint's Bonnet.
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? Well, at least it weren't actual worms, I suppose. Now then, you stay right where you are. I've got some cooking to do. Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what they were on about. And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm.
Whoa.
Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honor than partaking in a slice of culinary history?
Look like chicken nuggets and freaking cabbage. Oh no!
So, not fit for consumption then.
He's like, actually, this is good.
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet, it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that tames this savage dish. It is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of flavour and sensation.
A graceful beast emerging from centuries of slumber.
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking. But I reckon you might be right. It was decent then, I take it.
Decent? It's remarkable. And I defy any man to say a word to the contrary. Sid,
Outstanding.
might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen blueback wyverns forthwith.
What?
I'll give it some thought.
Slaughter them all. Kill them all for the food. I need more food. Okay. Damn. Just like the other one where like they're like, oh my god, what is this? And they're like, this is actually pretty good. This one is actually the same thing. Where it like sucks like the first, the first part of it, but afterwards it's like, man, that aftertaste is so good. Give me more of that. Okay, is the quest here talking about Dalimil? I know there's stuff on the hunt board, but I'm not sure if I really want to go ahead and fight those guys or not. Yeah, it's pointing me to the to this one, which is Bad Blood. It's the one that we're gonna be like, we're gonna be coming across that anyway as we make our journey forward. But okay, Dalimil, got two things there. All right, head on over.